7:52. May is National Hearing and Speech Month, and to talk about it is Jeff Tarr, Director of Development for the Center for Hearing and Speech. Jeff, welcome to Big 550 KTRS.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity.
You got it. We should say, in terms of full disclosure, Kelly Jackson, I suffer from stuttering. I am a stutterer. I'm proud of it. I've been to speech class, but as we know, it's not something that you fix. It's something you deal with. It's something that you have to learn to live with. And I've never been shy about saying on the radio that I'm a stutterer. And the hardest thing for me to say is my own name, Ems. It's very, very difficult for me to say. So, Jeff, I'm glad you're here to talk about this because we were talking off the air. Speech and hearing disabilities, they're hidden. You don't notice it until you notice it.
Exactly. As you were saying, you could see anybody walking down the street in any kind of business or retail situation, if you're out shopping at the mall, what have you, and they may have a communication disorder, be it hearing or speech, and you'd never know it until you try to engage them in conversation.
There have been times where when I was a kid, somebody would ask me a question, and I would pretend I didn't hear them because I couldn't say the words.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah. How sad is that, right? I mean, and these kids, I got help. But I didn't realize until years later, there's unbelievable amounts of help for this.
And that's why we try to target children who are in the development stage of learning to communicate, which is around 3 years of age. We go into preschools to try to do hearing and screening through our school screening program,
right.
Which we go to a number of schools within St. Louis County, St. Charles County, Franklin, and is it Montgomery? No, I'm forgetting the other county. But we spread out into the other counties to make sure that all these children have that chance so we can identify early any communication disorder they may have.
And is it true, Jeff Tarr, Development Director for the Center for Hearing and Speech, that the sooner the kids get help, the better it is?
It is, certainly, because that is when we start forming relationships with people. We start to communicate with people when we're a child around 3 years of age and up. The brain is actually figuring all these things out in efforts to communicate. And so if a child has a communication disorder, be it hearing or speech, there is a good chance that they are going to fall behind their peers who are not affected, especially when it comes to socialization. Unfortunately, children are, put aside by not only their own peers but also adults too. If a child is not communicating appropriately, they could be seen as maybe possibly slow,
right,
and shunned. And unfortunately, as kids, we all been around. We're all children. We know that people tease each other. It can shut down a person.
Yeah.
What about adults, though? I have a friend who has a son who just graduated from college about a year ago. He's had tons of interviews, but they've been phone interviews. He's a stutterer.
Mm.
And the son doesn't seem to think that's the problem, but I'm sure that that's not helping with the issue. So what do you do for adults?
Phone is the hardest thing for a stutterer. Phone is very difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you suggest for this young man to do as far as getting help for his stuttering?
Get into radio.
Well, hope is always eternal, and usually when there is a stuttering problem, you want to address it as early as possible. However, with adults, there is you can get therapy, you can have help in controlling your speech. Let me just state, I am not a licensed speech language pathologist, but you can get assistance for that by concentration, doing what we call easy speech, which is slow, stretch out speech, so you can kind of slow down your cadence and enunciate and pronunciate properly.
There are lots of tricks of the trade. It's a lot of hard work. But that's why The King's Speech was such a good movie because, where they put the marbles in the guy's mouth, those ridiculous things they tried to do for years. But, there is actual real help with some of the things he is talking about. quickly, I want to get to these summer camps and things that the Center for Hearing and Speech does to sort of help out everybody.
Sure, summer camp with our speech language department. If you have a child that needs assistance, and of course, summer is here and schools are going to be out, so you can make an appointment at the Center for Hearing and Speech by calling our main number and talking to our receptionist there, and can set up time to come in during the summer when the child is down basically from being in school, and you can have them come in and have speech language therapy to address their issue.
Yeah. All right. For more information, where do we go?
You can go directly to our website, which is www.hearing-speechstlouis.org, and you can call our offices at 314-968-4710. And may I mention that this coming Saturday is our annual free clinic day, where you can make an appointment and children can come in for a hearing, vision, and speech screening free. Did I mention free?
Yes.
Capital Free, free. You can come in and make an appointment and have these evaluations done for your child. And that does not exclude adults, too. You can come in for a hearing evaluation, and that is free of charge also.
Jeff, why does Mel Tillis stutter when he talks but not stutter when he sings?
I don't know.
I can answer that question
Okay.
for you. Because when you sing, when they teach you to speak, they teach you to keep your voice on the whole time. So if your voice is on the whole time, your voice box doesn't get caught. This is kind of hard to explain. But so when you sing a song, you're singing the song and you're keeping the words going, right? So singing a song. When you talk, you start and you stop. And it's harder to get your voice box on when you're starting and stopping.
Makes sense.
Wow.
So that's why when Mel Tillis sings, he sings and he just keeps his voice on. But when he talks, it's a start and stop, and it's harder to start. One of the million things you learn as a
A lot of tricks
stutterer.
of the trade.
Yeah.
Huh?
Jeff Tarr, thank you very much. You guys do great work out there.
Thank you very much.
Center for Hearing and Speech, the website?
www.hearing-speechstlouis.org.
Tim